Hello there, I'm Artistic Gamer 7 and I'm here with another build video, sort of. As you could tell, I didn't build like the original outside of this build. It actually was built by SavySims. She sort of brought this collab together and was the one who built like the whole entire lot, but left the inside empty and each person got to build and decorate on the inside, and it was meant to be sort of like business but also living, which we're calling it the Open for Business collab. So basically the bottom floor especially is meant to be like the business, and the top floor is also supposed to be the business, and then the top floor is where they live. I sort of took the middle floor personally as almost like a combined effort of like merging the living and the business was sort of merged in the middle. Like there is a nice sitting area and comfortable area, and part of the living quarters sort of starts down there because that's where the washer and dryer is actually going to be, and that's where the person who would be living here actually does like some of the arrangements and stuff for her shop. But everyone got a different shop and we sort of all picked. Mine was actually the plant shop. When she first was talking about shops and stuff, I was like, I'd rather either do electronics or like something in the electronic field or plants, just because one, I really like electronics and like video games and things like that. But then the other thing was like, I was like, but I'm also like used to plants and have greenhouses and stuff like that. So I did end up doing the plant shop. So the bottom floor is nothing but the plant shop, and it's like I used different like of stuff in the build and buy different flowers and stuff to sort of set up that to make it seem like she made those. But I also actually, because this collab was like, this build was sort of handed down from person to person. By the time I was able to get a hold of it, seasons had just come out. And I was like, this is a really good time for me to get a hold of the build because of seasons just coming out. So it made the plant shop even, like, I got to do more with it even. So I was like, yes, perfect timing. So I did actually put in the middle floor, it has like the little florist station, but it also has like a seating area, and then walled off is where the washer and dryer and the stairs to the upstairs living quarters are going to be. So I definitely had fun with this project. I apologize if I sound sort of nasally, but I'm having to do this voiceover in the morning, and some mornings I wake up and my nose is just completely gone and out of whack. It's like, nope, you're just gonna have to deal with this this morning. Any videos I record in the morning, sometimes if they do sound a little nasally or I sniff a little too much, I apologize. I don't normally record super early in the morning, but we're all trying to get this video out on the same time frame, and I thought I had done everything for this video, and then I realized I did not do the voiceover, and I was like, I'm stupid. So here I am, waking up first thing in the morning to get this voiceover done so I can get the video up and going and upload it at the right time. But anyway, I do hope that you like how it turned out. I did try to use mainly pastel-y colors and try to incorporate anything floral and try to make it look really fun and nice, because like I'm used to greenhouses, which greenhouses and florist shops or whatever, honestly, they have similarities. Of course, you're dealing with plants and you want them to look your best and be raised healthy and things like that, but they are different to a certain extent. That florist shops, usually, you know, you're actually putting arrangements together, your plants are in pots already, things like that, and they're usually, half of the time, they're not actually in dirt anymore. They may be in water, but they're not actually in the dirt, while greenhouses, they're actually plants still in the dirt. They're ones that can be planted in the ground or hung up on the in a basket or whatever, so there was some differences. So I tried to sort of combine the two, sort of, which is why I used more of a gravelly flooring in the bottom to sort of give it almost a natural feel and almost a greenhouse feel, because personally most greenhouses I go to, they either have tarp or something over top of rocks, or you're just walking on the rocks. Our greenhouses in general, all of them, like the main one, you're walking on rocks. Walking around in rock pavement. Like, they're nice looking rocks, at least I'll give them that. But it's not like just random rocks. It's like a certain colored rocks all together. But the rest of them actually have tarp in them. But so that's why I chose that flooring for the bottom flooring. And it also sort of helped lead out to the backyard area, which is where I was putting like planters and stuff to make it seem like the person who owns the shop and lives upstairs, that's where they actually grow all their plants, or not all of them, but the majority of them. There is some planters also indoors on the second floor, so that she can have a variety of options. I did actually end up making a sim for this build because I wanted to actually try to incorporate some actual floral arrangements, and at the time I hadn't got to really fool with it so much, so some of them while I was making it actually started becoming old, and I didn't know that was a thing, and they become old really, really fast in Sims time, actually. Like, my dad actually once owned a greenhouse slash floral shop somewhere else, so I've also got experience with floral shops, and they don't die that quickly. I mean, depending on the flowers you use, sometimes some flowers die pretty quickly, but they still don't die that quickly. Like, I was speeding up time, and she was working on it, and I don't even think, maybe a full day had passed, maybe. But I don't think it did. And some of them started, like, getting green, smoke, like, gross clouds coming out of them, and I was like, what? And then flies started falling. I was like, what? But so I was like, that doesn't really make sense, because usually, depending on how well, like, if you keep water in them and things like that, usually they'll last you almost in real life a good week or so. So I mean, I get Sims to speed up quite a bit, so I get that, but I feel like it should be like 2 or 3 sim days that they last. But some of them, which it may have also been where I tried using the cheat to actually cheat her skills up, but I could not get the florist one to work. So I was like, well, maybe it's just because those ones were the first ones she made and she wasn't as skilled. So maybe that was why that may have been a factor. I still haven't got, which seems, because season's been out for a while now, but I'm mainly playing the 2 challenges and my LPs, the 2 LPs, the Eevee and Forgotten series, and neither one of them I've really got to fool with the florist station a whole lot. I will eventually get to with Leafeon, because that's like right down his alley, but I haven't got there yet. So I still haven't fully seen exactly and haven't worked with it enough. I've worked with it a little bit, but not enough to know, like, do they last longer when you actually get up to a higher skill. But anyway, that is totally getting off the subject. But yeah, so I had her actually made some florist arrangements, and I do add them to the build as well. Like, there's a section that has all those arrangements, and then I have, like, pots that you actually can buy off of build and buy mode scattered throughout. And the front area has the register. At least I hope I remember to put the register. I think I remember to put the register. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted it to make it seem like she had a variety of plants and pots that she can make, or that you can go ahead and buy, and also see that she grows all this stuff naturally and all this stuff there with her. I think I also included bees in the backyard area, because bees help pollinate flowers, and it usually makes them healthier and makes things keep moving in nature. So I did add the bees back there, but again, seasons came out at the right time for me and this build. Now upstairs, of course, like I was saying, it is the living quarters, so it has the bedroom, the kitchen, living room area, and the bathroom. And the laundry that I was talking about is on the second floor, which I think I already mentioned that. My brain is not functioning today. This is what you get for my voiceovers. I don't function properly. But anyway, I say that all the time. But anyway, and make a remix of me just saying that over and over again. But like I was saying, SavySims is the one who came up with this collab. It's one of the collabs that I've actually been a part of that wasn't like a collab that I was hosting, like a bigger size collab. So that was definitely different, and for me being on the other side. So, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm really thankful that I got to be a part of it. Just to quickly mention, I will try to make sure to get as much of the information down below for these people as possible. But SavySims, of course, is the one who was leading it and came up with it. Tom is a part of it. Ray, or SunRay Sims, is a part of it. Blueysib is a part of it. The Simpanions are a part of it. And simply Jodie is a part of it. Some of them I actually have worked before in my collabs. Some of them I've never worked before. So that was a nice... That's what I like about some of these bigger size collabs. You get to work with people that you probably wouldn't have ever worked with or whatever. And get to see their stuff. Now, I think everyone's supposed to be posting their videos around the same time today. So once you see my video go up, their video should be up as well. I think, I don't know fully what SavySims is doing, but I think she was going to show everyone's off all together. So I'll definitely try to find their videos and get them down in the description below. So it will make it easier for you guys to go and actually find them. But, so I think hers will show her part off, but also probably the building of the main thing, and also how everyone's was, because she was going to try to remember to get everyone's stuff that has been, because since it was traveling, let me start over. Since it was traveling from person to person, not everyone has the same packs, so over time there is a chance that some items disappeared from person to person, and she said she was going to try to go back and fix them as much as she can using the download off the gallery. So I'm assuming she is showing all of them off together as a whole, which I'm definitely looking forward to see all of them together. When I did it, I think there was 3 lots that had done. I think it was the Simpanions. Both of them had 2 builds, like 2 buildings, and then Ray did one as well. And I think that was the only people that had finished theirs by the time I got a hold of it. So I got to sort of see theirs. I didn't try to look at them too much. I did look at them just a little bit to make sure that I was doing like the setup sort of the same or right. But I didn't try to take a close look because I wanted to see it all together. So waiting to see that come all together. So I'm excited to see that. This build is on the gallery. Everyone's versions is on the gallery. If you download my particular version though, it will only have their builds and mine complete. The other lots will be empty. So if you did want to get like find certain people's and get just theirs, you could do it that way, or you can download eventually the completed version, which should be out there as well on the gallery. It is the open for business collab. I'll probably go and see if I can add that into my description so that it'd be easier to find. But I'm gonna let music play for the rest of this build. I don't think there's too much left of it, but there is some left of it. And I hope that you enjoy the build and like how it turns out. And I'll see you in the next one. Definitely make sure you go check out the others. And that's all. Bye bye.